Hey there, Don the Handheld Addict back with a video review of a Oneplus 5T case. This is a leather-backed TPU case for the Oneplus 5T, which I bought from eBay. It cost me about $3 Canadian, took about 32 days, 35 days to arrive. I got it from Hong Kong. I'm pretty sure it's the same type of case you can buy from eBay or AliExpress or any website like that. Basically cheap, comes from China. This was the case I was expecting last time when I ended up getting the fake leather backed case instead, which I had ordered before. I thought that was going to be this case, but it ended up being this one. And this is actually a pretty good case. Now that I've used it for a little while, I really like it. This is tied for my favorite case, maybe a three-way tie for my favorite OnePlus 5T case so far. So I'm actually quite liking it. So back to this case. When I first took it out of the packaging, I was pretty underwhelmed. It looked pretty cheap, and the cutting is just bizarre. Like, it's really just, it looks like somebody just went in with scissors and just kind of snipped around the ports and whatnot. It's really, the fit and finish is just sort of not really there, like, let's face it. And it looks all bent up, and it's very sharp here, like it's just a straight cut. Whoever cut the material, and then they just glued it onto this glossy TPU. If this leather was taken off, it would probably just be a glossy TPU like this around it. Sort of a very cheap TPU case. On the inside, it's a matte feeling rubber, which is soft, but it's very just plain. To be honest, I'm a little scared of getting like any dust particles inside here, because they might actually just scratch up the back of the phone. But let's put it in and take a look at it. I have to say though, so my first impressions of this case were not good, but after using it for a few days, I was really surprised by how good it felt. So I've been looking for a OnePlus 5T case, leather-backed one, for a while, and this was the only option I came across so far. And it feels really good on the back. Like, I have to admit, like, it's just your cheap grade of leather, but it definitely feels like leather, and that really redeems it for this case. Like, everything else about it is kind of meh. Like, look at around the camera. It's just got this weird thing. It looks like it's warped, but really they just cut around. I don't know. I really can't explain why they did this. The camera cutout is actually not bad. You can see that it's okay. So yeah, you can see that it's flush, but it's a little bit raised above. The fingerprint sensor is not so good. You can see the materials are just really badly cut, and it doesn't line up properly. Now, turning on the screen with the fingerprint scanner is not too bad. It's easy enough to do. But what really kills it, what really wrecks it kind of for this part, is that using these swipe down notifications is pretty difficult. So, see, this is what happens. Your finger just kind of gets caught in there, which I've never really had happen with any other case for the OnePlus 5T yet. So this is the first time I've noticed it. So, you know, that's why I've never really commented on that. Like, I've never found that to be a problem before. Now, the cutouts are not bad. It's a little tricky to see. Yeah, so yeah, they're not bad actually. They're fairly standard. They'll accept a headphone jack, slim headphone jack, just like any other case, and no problems with the USB port. And they expose the buttons, so there's actually TPU above it, so they're around it, but they're exposed. And some people like exposed buttons. I'm not a big fan myself, but it definitely does make it responsive enough, because you're touching the buttons, but you kind of have to dig your finger in a little bit. And then same with the alert slider. so it's not too bad. Yeah, fairly responsive. Okay, so this was just meant to be a quick run through of this case, which I bought from eBay for about $3. If anything, this represents a missed opportunity to me. Like, if they only made a case like this with higher fit and finish, just a higher build quality, that would just be amazing. Like, I would really love that. The problem with this case is just that it's very, very cheap. Yeah, you can see a little bit of lip, and you can see like how the leather just kind of goes over a little bit. It's not really, nothing's really lined up straight. It's all just cut. And then the stitching is not even stitching, it's just perforations. So somebody went in with a machine and just made those. Those are not, that's no thread. And then it's just, it feels very sharp the way that when you feel it. So on this side, because the leather goes over a little bit, it feels really nice. But then on this side, because it doesn't curl over enough, you feel it. So it's kind of annoying. A review of this case just to show people, because I haven't seen any case reviews for this one in particular. So it's an interesting option. I just wish they'd done a better job of it. Like, I would love a better, higher quality version of this type of case because it feels so nice. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.